question that I'm going to start off with is where are you from in Guyana?
I am from Georgetown, Central Georgetown, which is Region 4. We have 10 regions in Guyana, and Georgetown is the capital of Guyana. So I'm from the capital and I'm from the city. So I'm a city girl.
Okay, nice. So what was it like growing up? First of all, did you grow up in Georgetown? Like born and raised in Georgetown?
Yes, I was. I did spend some time in Berbice, which is
Okay.
another region in Guyana. It's like about an hour away from Georgetown by car and boat. Well, now only by car because they built a bridge. But when I was growing up as a child and when I lived there, there was no bridge from Georgetown to Guyana. There was a boat. So you'd have to drive to the Stelling and then take a boat over. The boat was about an hour as well. I used to love every Saturday. I would pretend as if I had like the world of money, and my friends and I would meet on Regent Street and we'd go shopping. Of
Nice.
course, we didn't really have that much money, but whatever we had, we just pile it together
Okay.
and buy silly things.
Mm.
Um, it was really a great life for me.
So next question. What is the best part of Guyana for you? Like, do you like the food, the music, the culture? What's the best part for you?
Um, all of it really, the food and the music and the culture. We are in South America. Culture is very Caribbean. We are
Oh.
also part of CARICOM, and the CARICOM head office is in Guyana.
Mhm.
So
Right.
our music is just like yours. Like, we love reggae, but we also love soca. And we have a predominantly large Indian community. So we love chutney and Indian music as well. So I find that our culture is very similar in terms of the food that we eat and the type of music that we listen to. Thursday nights in Guyana, there's a
Yeah.
street in a community. It's in Georgetown, but it's in a community called Pleasance.
Mm-hmm.
And every Thursday night, everybody is out there, and it's the whole street is locked off, and it's called Pasta Pasta Night. And all
Ah,
the big stereo systems are out there, and the DJs are out there, and stuff like that.
yeah.
I mean, COVID slowed them down a lot, but I think they're starting back. So, yeah. And that's been going on since I was very young, since I was a teenager.
Do you like the food, the
Well,
Guyanese?
absolutely, absolutely. I am all about the food. I am a foodie. I am not picky. Some people are very picky with food. I eat every and
That's
anything.
me.
I like my cow heel soup. I think you guys call it bullfoot soup. In Antigua, they call it bullfoot soup. I don't know if you guys call it the same thing or you have a different name. We have something called black pudding that I really love. It's like a sausage, but it's meat. No, not meat. It's rice with season, and they use a little bit of the cow blood. I know it sounds disgusting, but it's delicious. And then they make like a mango, a very spicy mango chutney to go with it.
So is Guyana like a religious country?
It is very religious,
Okay.
but it's so from the time you enter it's different types of religion.
What's like the dominant religion in Guyana?
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
I could say Christianity. From the time you enter the airport in Guyana, there's a big statue of Hanuman. You know what I mean?
Oh,
The Indian
oh,
god. Soon as you enter,
oh.
all the way down, then when you come down, all the way down, you see all these different mosques.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come up a little bit and then you see all the Hindu temples. And then as you get into central Georgetown, all the churches.
Oh, so all right, so it's diverse then.
It's very diverse. It's a very big population of Muslims, a very
Okay.
big population of Hindus, and a
Mm-hmm.
very big population of Christians.
Okay. All right. So, what would you say are the main challenges facing Guyana?
In terms of the challenges, I would say the crime situation.
Okay.
In the meantime, people need jobs, and there's because of the lack of jobs and because of the poverty. Um, Even though we're a very rich country, rich in minerals, and unfortunately, it just hasn't been managed very well. So therefore, a lot of money is not being
Right.
back into the economy because there is currently a predominantly Indian government in control. They give
Right.
all the work to mostly the East Indian people.
Oh, so there's inequality there,
So
right?
yeah, so there is that.
Yeah.
And as a result, the young black girls and boys, the Amerindians, the Chinese, not so much because they are a lot of
Mhm.
Brazilians have come in and open up shops and stuff like that, which also boosts the economy, which is great, but also
Mhm.
takes away a lot of the jobs from um, people who live in Guyana.
Unemployment.
Unemployment,
Mhm.
um, and just a mismanagement of funds.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's the
Mhm.
main
So
issue.
those are the challenges you think are facing Guyana.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is your perspective on Caribbean unity?
My perspective on that is I
Mhm.
feel like we are very much similar than we are different. All of us.
Mhm. True,
Whether you're
true.
from Barbados or Trinidad, I could come to Jamaica right now and find somebody that look like me. And you could come to Guyana and find somebody that look like you.
True, true.
You understand?
Mhm.
Feel like the truth of the matter is everyone is kind of, if they come here, they're gonna steal our jobs. They're
Yeah.
gonna they're gonna take what we have. However, not only are they coming there, but you're going there too. You know what I mean? So I think people are not really looking at it from that perspective, and as a result, it's all getting lost. But I
Right.
just feel like we're all more similar than we are different, and we can learn
Yeah.
a lot from each other.
Right.
And so,
So
yeah,
it seems that the Caribbean, it's not really unified.
it's
Like,
not as unified as it should be. However,
okay. Mm-hmm.
I do think because there was a time when they would put Jamaicans and Guyanese on a bench when they go to certain countries and say, okay, you can't come in, you have to wait until everybody else. And then they would give you the third degree before you actually get into the country, right? I
Right.
think that has definitely, it still happens, but not on the large scale that it used to. I think
Okay.
that the main fact that they even put the head of the CARICOM union in the CARICOM secretariat in Guyana, I think that's a big deal. It shows that, that they're willing to work with us.
So our next question. Who do you think is the best leader Guyana has ever had?
Oh gosh. Say Burnham.
Burnham?
Say Burnham, yeah.
Okay. So why do you think Burnham?
He was the most eloquent president that we've ever had. You know how Mia Motley is just eloquent?
Okay. Oh my, she is. Yeah.
Burnham was a Mia Motley of his time, and he was known by the world. In fact, he was actually on the cover of Time magazine
Okay.
at one point. Was he on the cover or in Time magazine? Either on the cover or in the magazine, I'm not sure. But he was a very, very popular person throughout the world. Like people knew him back then. At that time, Guyana was he was I think a lot of people viewed him as a dictator. But
Oh.
personally, I thought he was I thought he felt that he banned, first of all, he banned things like rice from coming into the country. He banned
Really?
flour from coming into the country. And his reason for that is, why would you import rice when we produce it?
Oh my, I went into my
Exactly. Why would
Creole.
you be
Point.
importing? Exactly. Why would you be importing things like flour when that's something we produce here?
He
Why
has a
would you be? He was more of a, I say this now, this is what I'm going to do for the country, and that's that. And
So, Asia, I'm Anna, and I'll be completing the rest of the interview.
sure.
Do you think the current leader of Guyana is effective in the way he uses the media to communicate with the population?
The current president is Mr. Ali, Irfan Ali.
Okay.
Do you think he uses the media effectively? like to, like how our prime minister, he's a avid Twitter user. We're always seeing him on social
No,
media.
Okay,
guys.
quite
He's
honest,
a
and this is my opinion. I cannot speak for the people of Guyana as a whole. I can speak from my opinion. A lot of my friends, my family, people that I know personally. But my other half of the family, which is my mother's side, they would come and tell you something completely different. They feel differently because it's, as I said, when it comes to politics, it's a split. Do I think that the president of Guyana currently uses the social media to get his message out there or further the interests of the Guyanese people? And to answer that question straight up, no, he does not. I don't think that he's very educated at all. And I can actually send you footage of this. It's very sad because I'm Guyanese. I'm very proud of Guyana. And, you know, a lot of people don't know this, but we have one of the best education systems, right? And so it's very difficult when we're looking at on a world stage and you have the likes of Mia Motley and we have the likes of your prime minister and the prime minister in Trinidad, and then our president goes up there and can't even pronounce and can't speak English properly, and English is our main language. So that's very sad for me.
All right, so Asia, you mentioned how much you love your Guyanese culture. So do you think Guyana can move forward, like develop, while maintaining all aspects of its culture?
Absolutely. As I said, like our economy is the fastest. If you Google right now, Guyana economy, it will say to you that we're one of the fastest growing economies. And that's, of course, in the world, not just in the Caribbean, they're in the world. And that's because of our infrastructure and also because of the oil that we just found.
So do you think that there's a relationship between culture and development?
There has to be.
Well, true.
Yeah,
What's the view?
right?
What's the view then on the relationship between culture and development?
Well, diverse cultures bring different resources and different types of economic growth. In terms of Black people, we have our own, like, our own, it's a different kind of cultural growth for us because we also have our own infrastructure in terms of or our own economic growth in terms of our, how do I say it, so many different things. Most of us are becoming engineers, you know what I mean, and doctors and lawyers. So many Black lawyers in Guyana, and you know what I mean. It's a little different.
Development.
Yes, pretty much. So cultural growth and economic growth amongst the different races is pretty much what's pushing the country forward because everybody wants to do their part.
What's the primary media in Guyana?
What do you mean in terms of news?
Yeah, like news, radio, television.
So there's Channel 11,
Newspaper.
NCN.
Mm-hmm.
There's Channel 11, which is NCN News. And there's News Source, which is run by a friend of mine, Gordon Mosley. So you see it on Gordon Mosley page, you know it's true. And he also has like a morning show.
Okay.
Yeah, so he is very, very where I get most of my news sources now that I am living in Canada.
Like several different groups. What are some of the indigenous groups in Guyana?
Yeah.
So our main, so we call them the Amerindians. That's our first people, First Nations. So you have the Arawaks and the Caribs, the Wahibai.
Okay, and do you think the media represents them accurately? Like, do you think
no
media?
No, not necessarily. No, a lot of people. Do you know about the Amerindians of Guyana?
No.
Exactly. So they're not.
Oh, I get you.
They're not. You know what I mean? You know about the Black people. I'm sure you guys know that Guyana has a large population of Indian people as well, right?
Yeah.
But how much? There's a very, very, very large. In fact, one of the largest communities of Amerindians still left in the Caribbean is found in Guyana. Every other person is an Amerindian person. You know what I mean? So it's very sad that you hardly hear anything about the Amerindians in Guyana.
Okay, and do you think media should play a role in like Caribbean unity? Like, should there be a Caribbean focused media station, like a radio station or a TV station?
Absolutely. I think they should have a TV station that's focused on all different aspects of the Caribbean. But I feel there should be a channel where you get all different types of news, whether it's from Jamaica or Guyana or Trinidad, Barbados, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, wherever. And I think there should be a radio station too where they have all different types of DJs.
Well, we have come to the end of our interview. Thank you so much. I love your answers.